Today on Tangents with Toby, we have a question from a dedicated listener. What is it? Tune in and find out on today's episode of Question Call. Hey guys, what is up? What is going on, everyone? Tangents with Toby's back on the air for another week, brand new episode. And today, we are going to answer a question via question call. Is from one of my most dedicated listeners of all time, Drinks with Josh. You can find his show at Drinks with Josh on Twitter, and as well as all major streaming platforms. His question is, hey, Tangents Toby, question call here. Love it. Long time, first time, or something like that. Are the NHL playoffs about to get wild? And let me tell you, this is going to be absolutely wild for so many reasons. This year, there was records being broken. There was standards being so high. I don't even know where to start, how to start, or anything like that. First up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you who's playing today, who's playing tomorrow, who's going to win the series, and by what series finale. Today, first up, the very first game of this year's playoffs is the New York Islanders versus the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm not going to lie, I never paid attention to either of these teams during the regular season. So I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm just going to say Hurricanes, they're going to win it 4-3. Plain and simple. I don't know why I never paid attention to either of these teams. It just was never on my radar. I just kind of went away. Then a half an hour after that, you have Boston and Florida play. This one's going to be interesting to actually see how good Boston is. They broke so many records, set the standard so high, and it is possible that the Bruins are one of the best put together NHL teams ever created. It's going to be very fun to actually see if Boston can win this year. If they were truly the best team, then they should win. Except the playoffs are a different story. It doesn't matter if you're in first, second, third, fourth, whatever. It just matters if your goalie is hot. So it's going to be interesting to actually see if Boston can do it, or if the Panthers are going to sink their claws into the Bruins and hand them the defeat. The only problem is, today, I am going to stand here and say Boston's going to win 4-1. Right after this game, the Battle of Minnesota. Minnesota Wild versus the Dallas Stars. Just in case you've been living underneath a rock for the last 50,000 years, the Dallas Stars actually came from Minnesota because prior, they were the Minnesota North Stars. Everybody's saying Dallas might be the winner. There's so many hoops that Minnesota has to get over before they can actually be the kick-ass team that they normally are. Kirill Kaprizov, he's the star of the team. He does a lot of scoring. There's so many times that if it wasn't for him scoring, they would have had like next to no goals, or they would have had a bunch of losses. The issue that I have with this, during the season, closer to the end, Kirill got injured, but the rest of the team stepped up. They went on like a 14-1-2 record, and everybody was like ecstatic, thinking this is a team that we needed. This is the team that could get us into the second round. Only issue is, close to the end of the season, it looked like mid-season 4. Lose 3, win 1, lose 1, win 1 type of deal. So they were on a little bit of a losing skid at the end of the season. The problem with that is Kirill was back in the lineup. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know if they're trying to give Kirill the puck more. This is one of the best opportunities to actually say, everybody, we need to put the team on all of our backs and just not one or two players. Because we have a team built to put the team on everybody's shoulders to win a championship. The only problem is there's just a few things that aren't figured out yet. So you have a few gears spinning. Some gears are working harder than others. One of the positive parts about this team, though, the one thing that could get us going and actually let us win 4-3. Yes, the Wild beating the Stars 4-3 is the goalie. Fleury, Gustafsson, both of them have been an absolute awesome duo. They've been, how can you say it? Like, they have been so strong that their leadership together is going to be a very strong possibility. So if it's not for Kirill or Boldy, Zuccarello, it's going to be the goalies that carry him. All you need is a goalie to be hot to take you to the championship. Hence the final matchup of today, which is the LA Kings and Edmonton Oilers, because the Edmonton Oilers years ago were the 8th seed and they eventually did win the Stanley Cup. Like I said, all you need is a hot goalie and anything is possible. Edmonton, on the other hand, this is a very interesting part because you have possibly one of the greatest hockey players on the ice today with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, the Nugget. Like, there's so many connections with this team that their scoring ability is going to be incredible. The only issue that they possibly could have is in net right now. They're on a massive tear. They're going to win 4-0 over the Kings. So many people are actually saying Boston, Edmonton in the finals. I hope we can get the cup back in Canada, except as a former Calgary Flame fan, I despise the Edmonton Oilers. So it's going to be like one of those things where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. We'll have to find out in round 2. My thoughts, my opinions on how things are going. Speaking about how things are going, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, the Rangers play the Devils. Yeah, same thing with like the Islanders and the Hurricanes. I have no idea who the Rangers and Devils are as a team. It just kind of went over top of my head, and I could really care less, to tell you the truth. It's going to be 4-2 for the Rangers. I think that's what it's going to be. The game following that, Tampa Bay versus Toronto. Repeat of last year. Oh, poor Toronto. Absolutely butt jokes, everything like that. However, this year, mark this on the calendar right now. Toronto's going to win 4-2 over top of Tampa because they're going to figure out Tampa Bay. They're just going to basically destroy their goalie. And Toronto is going to see Matthews step up and become the goal scorer that he was last year. He's going to be an absolute killer for Tampa Bay. It's just plain simple. You just mark it on the calendar. Next after that is the Jets versus the Golden Knights. I can take a look at this and just, sometimes shake my head. The Jets be that one little team that could sneak out a win. But with the Golden Knights, you can never count them out. During the season trade, when they picked up Jonathan Quick, despite him not starting this game, he might be that goalie to help with the goaltenders and help them push to the next round. It's going to be interesting to see. And also, I don't know if they're going to keep this goalie in games 1, 2, and 3 or 1 and 2, see how he does. Maybe they're going to do the switch off back and forth, the teeter-totter effect. This is going to be very interesting. Golden Knights 4-1. The final game of tomorrow, Seattle, Colorado, Stanley Cup champion of last year versus second year, first time NHL playoff. Everybody counted the Kraken out this year. At the start, they never thought Seattle would even become a playoff contender. Well, I hate to break the news, they are. The only downfall with Colorado right now is they are missing one of their major pieces. Is that really going to affect them? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I really do think Seattle is going to take it to the limit. They're going to miss out, but they're going to lose 4-3 against Colorado. A very strange, weird part. That is just what it is, plain and simple. All right, you guys, that is it. I had one show recorded earlier. It just was way too quiet. I did not find it that well. So I decided, screw it. Let's start another one. Yeah. All right. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at tangentswithtoby@gmail.com. Head over to tangentswithtoby.com, as well as all social media, Tangents Toby. In the meantime, you guys, make sure you mark this down. You can even say Toby was right, Toby was wrong, pretty good guess, horrible guess, and we'll see what round 2 brings. Until next time, This is Tangents with Toby, aka Tangent Sports, and I will see you later.